ソフトクリームの上だけソフ
We should probably talk this week. If you have any questions for me or you'd like to share anything with me, think about it for the next couple of days. Keep in mind I won't accept any blame for not living up to your idealistic expectations. With that said, I'd like to clear up a few things.
I have nothing to say to you and I don't want to hear what you have to say. Frankly, John, I don't need you nor do I want you in my life. Keep it in mind.
That's fine. I just wanted to warn you about Yoriko. Don't lose your cool with her. You'll end up in jail. She's ruthless even if you cuss. I would just suggest having a witness and videotaping the entire situation. YouTube it. I also wanted to tell you Sky goes to an OKC. I bet you could eat lunch with him like we did that one time. I sincerely wish you the best and hope you're successful contacting Sky. I might be in jail for a while. When you contacted me asking for his address, I texted Yoriko about you, just explaining how I wish you and Sky could have time together. I pointed out that what she's doing is abusive towards you and Sky. Now I have a warrant out for it. Texting her about when she hung up on you on Sky's birthday in 2010 gave me a month in jail and a few $1,000s in fines. I went and I'm going back to jail for fighting for you. Please quit being a bitch to me. Keep in mind you don't know me. Just be careful. And good luck.
I didn't ask for you to fight for me and I don't need you to. You think I'm being a bitch because I don't want anything to do with you. You can't just come in and out of someone's life and expect them to be okay. I've actually talked to Yoriko and she sounds more genuine than you ever have. Please leave me alone.
Fighting for you no Sky is a choice I made for myself. If you've actually talked to Yoriko, why did you contact me asking for their address? You don't allow me into your life. You can't continue blaming me for your actions. I call you a bitch because you're being a bitch to me. Just read the emails you have sent me, nothing but negativity. The last email I received from you before you asked for Sky's address simply said don't ever email me again. I've said it before and I'll say it again, don't blame me for your actions. I hope you and Yoriko have the time of your lives.
Because I needed it then. You know what? I don't even need to explain myself to you. I'm so tired of your bullshit. In your eyes you're perfect and maybe that's why you've been alone most of your life. You've caused enough problems. We've blocked you from everything else. I don't know how to hint to you that I don't want you in my life. Stop.
Cool. Thanks for admitting you have blocked me from everything. Like I said, don't blame me for not being there when it has always been your choice to block me. No matter how you feel about me, I still care. So I'll continue to answer any of your emails. See ya.
Could have fooled me.
Watch my latest movie. You'll finally see how foolish you truly are. I made it to help you and Sky escape from your public education programming. You have been fooled by more than Yoriko. School, church, etc. I understand. I was too until very recently. I don't know who has painted a picture of me as an egotistical person. I don't think I'm better than everyone else. I want to straighten this up with you. And I'll tell you something personal about myself. When I was 5 years old, my mother told me she wished I was never born. I screamed, "Then kill me, mommy. Just kill me." I've absolutely hated myself since I was 5 years old. I'm alone because I refuse to be abused by any more women. That is the truth. I've been abused by every woman that has entered my life, including you with your degrading comments. I survived a cyanide pill and stroke a few months ago. I think about suicide at least half a dozen times a day and seriously contemplate it roughly once a month. Your mother taking you was the hardest thing of my life at that time. You do not know me, but that has been your choice this whole time. Don't ever think that you know what's in my mind until you know me. The road to truly find out who I am is to kindly converse with me without any agendas. I'm just a person.
You know why I don't know you. I don't know you because after all these years of me trying to get you in my life, me trying to get you to care, I finally gave up. I'm sorry that you're depressed, but you don't understand how much shit you put me through. You don't understand what I went through cause you weren't there. I never expected you to be the wholesome American TV dad, but I wanted a father. You don't take accountability for anything that has happened in my life. Yes, I push you away now. Yes, I don't want to hear from you now. But that's because I am 18 years old and you have only been a part of my life for maybe 3 years total, at the most. My mother took me from you because you are an unfit parent. I'm sorry if you can't accept the truth, John. I don't think you understand what it's like to feel unwanted from your own father. The last memory I have with you is sitting at my grandpa's funeral in the 4th grade. I'm graduating this year. I'm sorry if it bothers you that I don't want to let you back in my life only to be disappointed again. I've done this on and off bullshit for too long.
I hate to point out, you are the only one that can take accountability for your life. Also, if you were taken from me because I was an unfit parent, it is your mother's fault I wasn't in the picture. I seriously doubt that was the case though. I believe this is another case of you simply being abusive to cover up your emotional pain, which translates into the B word again. You're 18, which means you're an adult now. It's time to take accountability for your own actions. It's not up to your mother or me or anyone to make you happy. That's your choice if you had any accountability of your own. I'm working on it myself still. I still have major issues with my mother. I understand how it feels like it's someone else's fault, but if the person isn't there, how can they be blamed? You're a smart girl. I'd really love to see you put the brain to work and logically think through this whole situation. You need to watch my movie also. Not watching it is like refusing to read a letter that I personally wrote to you, which took a year to write. It will help. Your choice.
UFO 仮面
焼きそばなんて滅んでしまえ。
あいつら食べ物を粗末にするな。変身UFO 仮面焼きそばUFO バイクエクストリーム日清焼きそば UFO。
何これ。
母さん見せづらいのがあるよ。
ボチューム消臭も防カビも黄ばみ防止もあら素敵。
4つの機能で衣類を守る。
ミセスロイド。
Fuck off. Why do you feel the need to even email me? I am, and have been, fine without you. Oh my god, you don't understand how pissed you make me. You think someone can't be blamed for not being there, but it's their fault for not being there? I didn't block you from everything until about 3 years ago. That's 15 years unaccounted for. My mom tried and tried to get you to want to talk to me. She kept in touch with your side of the family and you. You were in and out all my life. So excuse me for being honest about not wanting you around. Please tell me your excuse. It pisses me off that you think for 1 second that you have no blame. You preach taking accountability for your actions, yet you blame everyone else for your behavior. You know what? If me speaking the truth and not wanting to allow someone in my life who hasn't ever cared anyways makes me an emotionally damaged, abusive bitch, thing by God, that's what I am. Take accountability for your actions and take a long, hard look in the mirror before throwing stones at other people. I have 2 good memories with you. 2. The rest of them are the times I cried over you not calling or my mom comforting me because you just gave up on trying to be a part of my life. You know what? You're right. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I was bipolar. But I've changed, and yet you wouldn't know that. You preach and preach about me not knowing you and me blaming others, but sometimes others are to blame. You've caused me so much emotional damage that I am broken inside, and I always will be. That's your fault, and whether or not you want to accept that is up to you. As far as talking to you goes, I have no interest. You cause damage wherever you go, and frankly I don't want to be a part of that.
I'm, and have been, fine without you. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I was bipolar. And you're not bipolar now. As far as talking to you goes, I have no interest, but here you are continuing to email me. You cause damage wherever you go. I haven't been there to cause any damage in my eyes until you were 5 years old. You were someone else's child. My understanding was your mother got pregnant by a guy named Jeff that played drums for your grandpa Johnny. After her divorce to another guy named Jeff 2.0 Wheeler, she contacted me. Why would I want to have anything to do with a woman I once loved and another guy's child? When you were 5, your mother called me and told me I needed to meet you, that you were my daughter. I gave her the benefit of the doubt and was pleased to meet you. Your mother said we could ease into a comfortable relationship, but as soon as I decided to get married, your mother sued me for $29,000 back child support. Let me add that it was for child I didn't know was mine until a couple of years earlier, when I caught your mother cheating on me 5 times and found out from your aunt that you weren't my kid. It broke my heart. I even forgave and spoke to your mother about bringing up her child as my own. She wasn't thinking straight at the time. She had cocaine on the brain when she was pregnant with you. Something I never got into. Your mother has admitted to me that it was your grandmother who convinced her to leave Oklahoma so she and Nikki could bring you up themselves. Your mother even apologized to me for that. I don't expect your mom to get into all of the details about our relationship, but you are grossly mistaken with the history of our relationship. I hate to say that your attitude problem is probably genetic. Every woman in my line on my mother's side is psychotic. Literally psychotic. When I found out you were abusing your little sisters when they were babies by pushing them over, I was even told it. When I was at your house, I saw with my own 2 eyes you push one of your baby sisters down when you were on the stairs. I just accepted that you were like my sister or mother, all smiles in public and a raging bitch behind closed doors. If I left your mother and you, I can see it being my fault. But the facts are you have always had a dad and you have had a nicer material life than I would have ever been willing to provide you with Jeff 3.0. I just wanted to get in touch with you for the same reason I wanted to see your photos. The same reason I wanted to hear how you were in school. The same reason I constantly tried to get in touch with you and finally had to call your mother to see why you wouldn't have anything to do with me. I have my call records and email records. That's when the crazy text about the Mexican boot camp happened. I thought that was you pretending to be your mother. Earlier that day, she told me that your attitude had not become any better and you were still being abusive to your sisters. She even said that you frightened her, Nikki. I kept imagining you acting like my mother and raging out, torturing your sisters like my mother would torture me. That's why I said you need to come live at the bus, etc. You refused to have anything to do with me. I don't know if you were trying to hurt me or what, but it looks like the only person you hurt was yourself. You're obviously bipolar. Welcome to the club. There are many women in my life lucky to be alive for the abuse they've given me, including your mother. Your mother worked so hard at breaking my walls down. As soon I took down my walls, I caught her wearing some other guy's boxers and tank top smelling like sex. Yoriko has accused me of being abusive because of our fight in 2003 with her shoulder, plus she only married me for her green card. It was her plan to get her green card and leave. When she found out she could take a punch from me and get her green card without having to be married, she kept trying for it, but I never punched her. It's called green card fraud. Google it. The circle that I have been pushed into by the legal system has introduced me to some very colorful characters. A human life is only worth 500. If I was going to do anything to anyone, don't you think I would have already done it? Today I'm taking my ATM PIN code to a military assassin I met a few years ago. I'm going to pay him to mug and kill me. I haven't just thought about killing myself, I've attempted multiple times and failed. This time I want to make sure the job is done. I care about you and thought I'd at least owe you any answers you wanted. Contacting you this time was more of a goodbye forever. I wanted to answer any questions you may have for me about my parents or me before I die. You asked. You got it.
いいね。
さすがマリオさん。もう終わり？次テニスやろう。サッカー、乗馬。気まぐれすぎる。まだまだ。みんなのエナジー。デカビタシ。
この曲なんだっけ？この曲 この曲なんだっけ。能率。
パンキル電波組モカちゃん降りておいでよ。ほっといてよ。さささささ地形効果で強くなっているんだ。これが僕の力だ。パンキルまだまだ終わらんよ。
Don't email me saying not to email you. I will only return your emails from now on if you've noticed. It's always been your choice. The only time it hasn't been your choice is when Yoriko erased all of your messages in 2004. She also said that she wouldn't allow you to have a relationship with Sky. It sounds like you have become friends with her, and I'm glad you're able to spend time and speak with Sky, or you're a liar. What do I know about being a parent? I've never been allowed to. I haven't even been in your life enough for you to claim that I've been in and out of your life. I've done the best I know how to do. In reality, something women aren't familiar with, your mother's mom has always been your biggest enemy. From you being taken to Houston to your developmental years diet of Happy Meals and high fructose corn syrup. Nikki didn't take you from me. Your grandmother took you from me. Ask your mom for the truth and don't get mad at her when you hear it. Keep in mind she was just a few years older than you and did the best she could. If she refuses to share the truth with you, explain to her what you explained to me about accountability. I hope I've answered all of your questions.
You don't get to tell me what's wrong with me. You don't get to blame anyone. I don't believe you. If everyone else is the problem, maybe you should look at yourself.
Same goes for you. Quit blaming me. Just ask your mom. Let her read all of our emails. If you don't, I'll send them to her to get her opinion. I don't know if she has lied to you about me or if you're just delusional and getting all of this crap out of your own bipolar brain. The truth will be known.
I'm done with you. You really want to kill yourself. You have a son. You're so selfish to do that. Piss off.
I'm done with you. And then you ask you really want to kill yourself. If you're done with me, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. To answer your question, yes, I've spoken with the man already this morning. If selfishness is escaping women beating me from every direction in life, then yes, I am selfish. I have a son as much as I have a daughter. I've tried and failed to be a part of his life because of the women around us. That is the story in every man's situation, including yours. Just ask your dad Jeff 3.0 about his ex-wife. You want to find the blame. Before you blame me for anything else, you need to confront your grandmother and ask your mother about the whole situation. I don't know what about that story you didn't believe, but it was all true, including your mother doing coke while you were in the womb. I'm done with you women blaming me for your actions. You don't need me as a dad. Like you said, I was never there. Your name is Walker because your grandmother tried to con me into signing your birth certificate before I had taken a paternity test. Of course I refused to sign Jeff 1.0's kid's birth certificate. Not after what your mother had done to me. I offered you my name, but a few years ago, even though I agree you should have been adopted by Jeff 3.0. He seems to be a really good man. Your mother also turned out to be a very responsible woman. Don't take it personally. I don't hate you. I don't love you enough to hate you. I don't know you enough to love you, and what I do know of you, you're an angry bitch like my mother. Very dangerous. This was a nice goodbye. I hope you live with it for the rest of your life. You'll see what it's like when your children are taken from you by your ex-husband because you ran abusive bitch. Then you'll remember everything I've said, and it will be 10 years too late. You can tell my grandkids that I'm not around because women literally abused me to death. If you want to see an unfit parent, go look in the mirror. Bye.
You don't know me. I've learned. I found myself. Not angry. Please understand that I'm not an angry bitch. I'm not you. I'm not your mother. And I'm damn for sure not psychotic. If you want to kill yourself, then that's your decision. I don't have a relationship with you, so honestly I'm not hurt. Do whatever you want. I don't care about your decision, I care about how it'll affect my brother. But I'm sure Sky will be fine eventually. Goodbye, John.
Sky won't even know I'm gone.
チキン食って強くなっぞ。
光るドラゴンボトル付き最強セットじゃ。ケンタッキーで so good。
ーセットにスーパーマリオ。マクドナルドはもう無敵状態。休日はこれも。
For everything else in your email, you have a funny way of showing that you're not an angry bitch. I don't think you're bipolar. I just think you have a difficult time accepting reality. Just like every foolish Christian, you believe what you think is true instead of investigating the facts. I've pointed you in the right direction and you refuse to ask your mother about it. That's your fault, like everything in your life. If you don't care about me, don't email me back. Thanks.
これで決める。ついに実現した奇跡の共演。スーパーロボット対戦 V 帝国通りにただいま到着。
バンダイナムコ。
Toyota T-Value Hybrid.
Hey Destiny. Sorry about the Coke comment. I promise you I remember her saying that she did Coke with Jeff 1.0, which was while she was pregnant. For all I know, I'm the delusional one, and sharing with you my latest suicide attempt is true but was meant to simply correct your perception of me as an egotistical jackass douchebag 21st century terminology. Why would I ever pretend like I'm someone I'm not with someone as close as my daughter? It's obvious you still have emotional issues. You even admitted it, though your mother just said you're fine. I stand by not accepting any abuse from the women in my life, including you. And I will continue to point out abuse in the genus which is mental illness. I feel as if you haven't given me the opportunity to get to know you. Your mother told me a while back how pissed off you were that I was talking about Sky instead of you. Wow, talk about an ego. I was simply telling you about your brother because you don't know anything about him and he is the one person we have in common. I thought you would be interested, and I remember saying this before. I know you haven't spoken with Sky, even though you'd love for me to believe you have. His mother might have had a smile on her face while speaking with you, but I put my last 5 on you not being able to enter their house. Your mission is to prove me wrong. Please. And good luck. I'd hang around in this hell to see that. Over and out.
Wow. You truly are crazy. I have talked to him, and in fact, I've talked to Yoko. Also, I never got pissed that you talked about him. You have problems and I'm done. I'm not going to explain myself to you anymore. If you want to kill yourself, have at it. I don't care.
Cool. I was just repeating your mother.
So my mom said, I know you haven't spoken with Sky even though you'd love for me to believe you have. Really now? Okay. Oh, and by the way, I never hinted nor did I say that Yoriko and I were trying to block you from Sky. That's part of your problem. I said we as in my mother and I, but for the record that didn't happen until about 3 years ago. So there's 15 years unaccounted for. Say what you want, but I'm seriously done. I just wanted to clear that up so you didn't run your mouth and spread more lies.
面接どうでした？よかったずっと気になってたんですよ。でも仕事集中しなきゃってなかなか先輩みたいにはできなかったけど、昨日は店長に褒められたんですよ。本当？来週は一緒に働けますか？うん、もちろん。それはきっと未来の私につながってる。